that time, it was common among the pagans, ancient Near Eastern cultures, to offer human sacrifices. In fact, it was common among the Canaanites to offer their sons, their children, as a sacrifice to the false gods, Baal, Molech. Sadly, Israel started adopting these practices and started sacrificing their children to Baal, to Molech. Here it is, Jeremiah 19, verse 5. Here it is, Jeremiah 19, verse 5. So what is God teaching Abraham? Watch here. The lesson. And have built the high, this is God rebuking Israel, specifically Judah at the time of Jeremiah. You have built high places for Baal, the false god, who's Allah of Islam, to burn their sons in the fire as burnt offerings to Baal, a thing which I never commanded or spoke of, nor did it ever come upon my heart. How dare you do this abomination? And yet today, we are still sacrificing and slaughtering our children to Baal. It's called abortion. Believe it or not, I want you to look up Jesse Romero. Jesse Romero, an outstanding Catholic apologist, and type in Jesse Romero abortion. Are you aware that abortion is directly linked to Luciferian sacrifice? He documents it. He's a bona fide, credible Catholic apologist, a warrior. He has a talk, sessions on abortion being linked to Luciferian satanic sacrifice, so that abortion clinics are set up to sacrifice children to Satan. Do you know that? So we are still carrying out child sacrifices. It's called abortion. And God will destroy this nation because of it. Jesse Romero. Put in Jesse Romero abortion. He has an entire session and even shows one of their building that they built in Texas that's even shaped like a temple for the pagan gods. It's in Texas. I actually drove by and saw it. Okay? Nothing new under the sun. It's just repackaged differently. Okay? Now, so what was God trying to teach Abraham? Yep, in Texas, Amir. I actually drove by. I forget if it was Houston or Dallas. Now, Al-Masihi, if he was here, he'd tell you. We were driving by, and I don't know if it was Houston or Dallas. I saw it. It's a huge building. It's designed like a temple, like the pagan temples. It's in Texas. Yeah, it's there. I saw it. We were driving on the highway. Okay, now, watch here. Listen to what God is trying to teach Abraham. Because when God tells Abraham, offer your son, for a moment, God resembled the pagan gods and goddesses. In other words, Abraham was surrounded by pagans. I'm on a live stream. I'll call you in a bit. Okay. Right? And he saw pagans offering human sacrifices. For a moment, God resembled a pagan god. So God looked no differently than a pagan god. The reason why is because God was about to show him, I am not like the pagan gods, because I don't desire your children to be sacrificed to me. So he was teaching him how different he is from the pagan gods. And he was also teaching him that instead of you sacrificing your sons, I will send my son, and my son will voluntarily come and sacrifice himself for your salvation. So I don't need your sacrifices of your children, but my son, my heart, for whom you exist, who loves you, he will voluntarily come and sacrifice himself. So he's teaching him, do not think I'm like the gods and the goddesses of the nations. I'm unlike them. And I'm going to show you how different I am from them. These gods and goddesses want you to offer your children, but I, in my love for you, will offer you my child. See what he's teaching him? See how much meat there is in these passages? So God and this should move you in your heart, is showing you how beautiful he is, and he's not like any god or goddess worshipped by the pagans. Now notice Allah of the Quran. Allah of the Quran demands the Muslims to send their children to sacrifice humans or themselves for Allah in order to merit Jannah. Because Allah is Satan, he's Baal. He's not the God of the Bible. You know that? You know that? You see what God was teaching him here? Are you learning the lessons? You see why? If I go chapter by chapter, verse by verse, it's going to be long. So here's another foretaste of what it looked like if I took a chapter and broke it down slowly. Right? So you're getting that foretaste. See? So is that clear to everyone? Yep. Stop with your garbage, because rape accounts for less than 1% of the abortion. Stop with your filthy satanic garbage. And the rape does not dehumanize the child any more than it dehumanizes the woman, you filthy garbage can. I've met women who were raped and conceived and still went ahead and gave birth to the child, and they loved the child and they're best of friends. I actually spoke to a woman who conceived a child after being raped, went ahead, gave birth to the child, and her daughter is her best friend. You filthy piece of garbage. How does rape dehumanize the child conceived or the woman who was raped? You piece of garbage. Sons of the devil. The Lord crush your mouths. And it counts for less than 1%. So you're going to go with the most extreme example to justify the 99% of children being murdered simply because the women don't want to take responsibility? You filthy piece of garbage. Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, another similarity in Francisco. Watch here. Another similarity. Watch here. The way Isaac was conceived. You want me to blow you away? Watch here. Sarah was barren, and Abraham was past the age of being able to impregnate a woman. How was Jesus conceived? Watch here, guys. Matthew 1:18. Watch here. But Mary said to the angel, how will this, I'm sorry, Luke 1:34-35. But Mary said to the angel, how will this be since I am a virgin? The angel answered, said to her, the Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. And for that reason, the Holy Child shall be called the Son of God. So she conceived by the Holy Spirit, right? Watch here. Another connection with Isaac. Watch here. Matthew 1:18-20. Matthew 1:18-20. Watch here. Matthew 1:18-20. Okay, watch here, guys. Because I'm going to show you another connection with Isaac. You're going to say, come on, man. This is too good to be true. Come on, dude. Matthew 1, verse 18 and verse 20. Now, the birth of Jesus Christ was as follows. When his mother, Mary, had been betrothed to Joseph, before they came together, she was found to be with child by the Holy Spirit. Now, verse 20. But when he had considered, Joseph considered divorcing Mary because he thought she conceived illegitimately. Behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for the one who has been conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. You guys want to get blown away? Galatians 4:29. How was Isaac conceived? Speaking of Isaac, in contrast to Ishmael. Speaking of Isaac in contrast to Ishmael, Galatians 4:29. But as that time he was born according to flesh, Isaac was persecuting him who is born according to the Spirit, so it is now also. If you read Galatians 4:27-29, Paul is talking about Ishmael and Isaac. He says Ishmael was born according to the will of the flesh. Isaac was born according to the Spirit. Damn! What's happening here? Come on! No way! Right there. See it? Jesus and Isaac were born of the Holy Spirit. See it? Ishmael was born of the desire of weak, sinful, corrupt flesh because Sarah was faltering and Abraham went in and had sex with Hagar. Isaac was born of the Holy Spirit miraculously to an old barren woman and an old man. Like Jesus was born of the Spirit from a virgin womb, no man touching her. Sarah laughed in disbelief. Mary did not. So don't go to the extreme, Francisco. You're taking it too far. Hold your horses before I have to bring you down off the horse. Sarah laughed in disbelief. Mary wasn't disbelieving. She just inquired, how? I'm a virgin. When she was told, she submitted and believed. So take it easy, Francisco. I know you're trying to impress me. Not.